Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's May 16th, 2017. Have a very important video for you. This might be the best video I ever made. What we're going to talk about is what the word Mason is really all about and why the date May 23rd is so relevant to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, a date I've been talking about for the last year and a half. In my book, I recently put it all together, and now I'm going to share it with you even before the book comes out. A lot of you are awaiting the book. The book is worth the wait. I should be writing it right now, but I just got to get this knowledge out to you. And the reason I got to get it out is because it's being put in front of our face at this very moment as a people, and people do not know what they're looking at. So we're going to get to why May is so important to the Masons, and specifically the date May 23rd, and what's being foreshadowed in this WannaCry virus propaganda, which is now being blamed on North Korea. This is total propaganda, and North Korea is a propaganda puppet state. Kim Jong-un and all these Kims aren't the leaders of that nation, just like Donald Trump's not the leader of America. These are all New World Order nations, puppet states being played against each other for a one-world agenda. And if you don't know that, I'm going to prove it to you definitively and show you who's doing it definitively. So if you're new here, we talk about the language of gematria. What is Wanna decryptor? You see how the media emphasizes those words? When they put the emphasis on, it's because there's gematria behind the words that are relevant. So what is Wanna decryptor? This is the official name for the WannaCry virus. The media call it now Wanna decryptor. If you've missed my work so far on WannaCry, I'm going to put together a little playlist in the description. This is now the, I think, third or fourth video I've made on the subject. So days ago, they said it was an anonymous hero, a 22-year-old who wanted to remain anonymous. Well, just yesterday, they put out his name, Marcus Hutchins. Marcus Hutchins, WannaCry decryptor. Check this out. This whole story is propaganda. This Marcus Hutchins, character actor for the story. Look at the name Marcus Hutchins in gematria in light of Wanna decryptor. Very similar. All numbers break down to the same single digits in each column of cipher. And notice how in English ordinal and reverse ordinal, it's a perfect match. English ordinal, the most basic form of gematria, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, up to Z, the 26th letter is 26. Alphabetic order, just like the Jackson 5 song. Reverse ordinal, exact opposite. Z is 1, up to A is 26. Type in names like George Washington, Washington, D.C. Down in the description, I'll give you this calculator right here, gematrinator.com. Have some fun here. You can learn about scripted history, George Washington, Washington, D.C., by the numbers. You can learn about scripted sports and things that have never seemed right. Look at Patriots. Look at Tom Brady. And there's a million more things to this. Tom Brady, mediocre talent playing in a scripted league that deceives millions year-round. Professional sports scripted by the numbers, your history scripted by the numbers, and it's all Freemasonry, which we're going to be getting to. It's because in Freemasonry, the underlying belief that's responsible for all of its symbology and myths is Kabbalah. Kabbalah, the Jewish mysticism where God created the world with language by merging the letter and the number. What underlies Masonry is Kabbalah. This was told by Albert Pike in Morals and Dogma. Albert Pike has a statue in Washington, D.C., named after the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason George Washington. Albert Pike, 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, the only Confederate war general with a statue in D.C. The D.C. statue has him with Morals and Dogma under his arm. Real quick about Morals and Dogma, which says that Kabbalah, which again has this belief about letters and numbers, Notice morals and dogma, 137. Washington, D.C., 137. And what's that? That's the 33rd prime number. The 33rd prime number. We're talking about 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemasons. And we're going to be talking a lot about 41 and 99. Look at this. Pike equals 41. 41's the 13th prime. Albert Pike's statue's 13 blocks from the White House. USA 41, 13 colonies, 13 stripes. Albert Pike also sums to 99. 99, like when you write out 13. 13 colonies that began the United States of America. 99. Look up the definition of corporation. Corporation, when spelled correctly, gematria of 144. Did you catch the United States of America? Look up the official definition of a corporation. A group of people who govern over a nation. And what the United States of America has always been is a Freemason military corporation for one world agenda. Because this secret society at the highest levels has a plan, and they're achieving it. Dominating the world. Military has gematria of 44. Right now, the head of the military in the U.S. is Mad Dog, who was a 44-year veteran of the Marines before becoming Secretary of Defense. Real quick, Secretary of Defense. Whoops. Defense, 193. That's the 44th prime number. Mad Dog, military. When you write out 44, it sums to 144. As well as 99. So anyway, getting a little tangential, but I always suspect that new people are here, and I got to drop the knowledge. Plus, so many of you who watch my videos, you ask me things that amaze me. People will say, Zach, I watch a lot of your videos and I like it, but are there any consistent patterns here? And I'm asked those questions so often, I just have to scratch my head and go, how can you watch my videos and like them but not recognize the consistent patterns? So I feel that I have to spell things out and explain it a million times over for it to stick in people's heads. But anyway, these numbers, 177 and 201. Talking about the significance of gematria, now we're going to talk about these numbers. 201. Notice it is an octal of 129. Octal is base 8. There's different methods of counting. A lot of these counting systems relevant to computer programming, more obscure forms of mathematics. Just understand, mathematics is a huge topic which most people in their lifetime learn almost nothing about. So 129 and 201 share a relationship. There's a lot of other numbers up here I'd like to talk about, but focus on the 129. 177 in duo, another form of counting, is 129 as well. Now that's interesting that these numbers share this mathematical relationship connecting to 129, and it's coded into both names in gematria. And remember, what gematria is geometry within language. The Hebrew alphabet was built this way, and clearly, so was English. Just yesterday, I did a video on the burning of the synagogue in New York, and I went heavy on 129. This isn't an arbitrary number. It's a number that represents America and the Jewish faith. And again, gematria, a Jewish practice. Freemasonry, based in Jewish history, based in Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. All right, moving on. We're going to get to May 23rd. So, did you notice up here that 177 is the duo of 235? 235, kind of like 23/5, May 23rd, a date that keeps getting pointed to, non-stop. Constant pointing to May 23rd. Do you know what Budweiser Corporation did last year? I got to look this up for you on May 23rd to make a point that we just brought up. All right, so this is May 23rd, 2016. Last year, Budweiser, owned by Anheuser-Busch, announced that from May 23rd until Election Day, November 8th, they were going to run this advertising campaign. Instead of Budweiser, the can would say America, from May 23rd to the election. Now get this, May 23rd in 2016, because it was a leap year, is the 144th day of the year. like the United States of America equals 144, like corporation equals 144. Anheuser-Busch in gematria also sums to 144. And on the 144th day of the year, the major corporation, the alcohol company, made this move. And for the record, Prohibition ended on a date in the year 33 that was also a date with 33 numerology. And just notice, alcohol has gematria of 33. Alcohol made from sugar, sugar 33. And from the beginning, it's always been Masonry. That's why Rolling Rock really has 33 on their can. Secrecy 33. So anyhow, this Anheuser-Busch thing, there's one more thing that's awesome about this. May 23rd, as we write it in the US, that's 5/23. 5/23, kind of like 523, which is the 99th prime number. We just talked about how 99 connects to the United States of America as well as 13. Albert Pike, 99, 13 blocks from the White House. Check this out. From May 23rd, 2016 to the election was 169 days. And I just talked about this number in regards to 13. The square root of 169 is 13. So you have this big tribute to 13, from May 23rd. This date, what we're getting to, is super important to Freemasonry, especially Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And we're also going to talk about how it connects to the sun in this world. Think about the sun and the 12 constellations. 13. We're going to put this all together. Just bear with me. So let's get to May and May 23rd in Freemasonry. In gematria, Freemason sums to 42. Very special number. A lot of special words connected to Freemasonry sum to 42. The word May has gematria of 42. The May sun. In gematria, it's occult knowledge. In the occult world, there's the law of reversals. Numbers are the same forwards as they are backwards. 24, the reflection of 42. The sun, May sun. The sun, 24. Think about the 24 hours in a day dictated by the sun. The Freemason symbol, the big G. G, 42. Now check this out. The Freemason compass. The legs are kicked out 23.5 degrees each, meaning there's 47 degree angle here. 47 degree angle. Here's why that's important. The sun, which has to do with time, the solstices are measured in this world by the Tropic of Cancer in the north, the Tropic of Capricorn in the south. Each tropic, Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees north. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. The legs of the compass, each out 23.5 degrees. That means they're 47 degrees apart. Here's why that's awesome. The word time equals 47 using the alphabetic order. The sun to dictate time. The Masonic symbology based in this Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, which has to do with understanding this world and God. Just think about it. For those of you who are atheists, have I told you about the Big Bang 42, outer space 42? In the Bible, it's the same thing. It's the 42 generations to Jesus. New Testament equals 42. The Bible begins with Genesis 33, Masonic history, obsessed with 33, based in the Old Testament. Most of the stories coming from Genesis. All the original Freemasons, Tubal-Cain, Nimrod, Hiram, who's not exactly a biblical character. But anyway, this is what it's all about, and we still got a ways to go. So time, 47. The Freemasons have the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation using the pole star, which is the North Star. The brightest, well, not the brightest, but standing out. Foundation. Gematria 47, like the 47th problem of Euclid. How to establish foundation. Pole star 47. 47 degrees on the compass. And at the top of the compass, this is what they call this, the pole star. at the top of this 47-degree angle. You see? 47, such a special number. Everything in Washington, D.C. is 47. Everything. The streets that point at the White House are at a 47-degree angle. They were built by a 33rd-degree Freemason from France. France equals 47. White House 47. Government 47. President 47. Authority 47. Washington, D.C. was built with astrological alignments made in mind. This is what it's all about. Authority. Time is the ultimate authority in this world. And with regards to me writing my book, time is kicking my ass right now. You know, I thought I would have been done a long time ago. And if I wasn't putting so much time into putting out all the work that's for free, these videos on my blog, I would be done. So just realize, I'm not here for financial motivation. If I was financially motivated, I would just be finishing my book and not worrying about anything else. But I'm getting this information out because it needs to get out. They're leading us to another war based on bullshit to take us even deeper into the military police state. We're already too far gone. But for as long as we can fight back, we got to fight back. That's got to be the mentality. You know? People come here and leave comments, it's already too late, man. No, it's not too late because I can still speak out on the internet and mostly get away with it. You know? Sure, a car might crash into my house on Christmas Eve after I'm threatened by a man with a checkerboard mask through YouTube for Christmas Eve. You know, that kind of stuff might be happening to me. My house might be getting ripped off for all that I'm worth on a date with a life lesson number of 33 right before Thanksgiving. Then the next year or 2 years later crashed into on Christmas Eve. These things are happening. But you know what? That just shows these people are cowards. They have to do shit to me when I'm not at my own house. Yeah, right after that happened to me, somebody sent me some nice Bible verses about how, you know, the man wouldn't leave in the night if he knew the thieves were going to rip off his house. But I just realized these people are cowards. And that's why they need to be exposed and put out a commission. The end of the corporation. So anyway, May 23rd. May 23rd. It's the 144th day in leap years, but in regular years, it's the 143rd day. Now again, it's all about Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. The most Jewish branch. The branch that's dominated this nation. Again, George Washington, a Scottish Rite Freemason. Albert Pike, a Scottish Rite Freemason. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 143. 143 is what day May 23rd is, 23/5. And again, one more time, the tropics, 23.5 degrees apart. The legs kicked out on the Masonic compass, 23.5 degrees. Freemasonry stole all the old world occult esoteric knowledge. This stuff wasn't intended for evil once upon a time. They made it evil. They've made it about evil. Their agenda is evil. They're using this knowledge that's not supposed to be for evil for their world domination. There's some sort of power to this knowledge no matter how ridiculous you think it is. They're doing this for a reason. And those of us who've taken the time to apply this knowledge and just look at our own lives with it, we've been blown away. There's something deep going on here. Notice Scottish Rite of Freemasonry also sums to 325. Read it backwards. 523. Law of reversals. 5/23, May 23rd. We just saw the Washington Nationals in New York. Was it the Mets? I think it was those two teams. New York, D.C., Trump cities. We saw the score 23-5. Scripted Sports Tribute. There's something coming big May 23rd. I'll say it again. Donald Trump on May 23rd is going to be in Jerusalem for Jerusalem Day. Donald Trump is the winner of the 58th presidential election, the 58th inauguration, which was on a date with 58 numerology. They hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray. Donald Trump announced he was running for president from the 58-story Trump Tower. His daughter Ivanka, one of the big storylines, now with a job at the White House. Show you something. Speaking of Washington in 58, Washington sums to 58. And with regards to Jerusalem, Jerusalem 58, check out United States, a nation built by Scottish Rite Freemasons. Again, Scottish Rite, the most Jewish branch. The United States part of the agenda of creating Israel, where Donald Trump will be May 23rd. Before going to the Vatican the next day, May 24th, to visit the Jesuit Pope, home of the Jesuit order. Now get this, Jerusalem Day, the day before, has Gematria 44. Check this. Israel, 44. Zion, 44. Thelema. Oh, wait, Thelema. Oh, I know what it is. You got to use the H reverse, which is the same as the S exception. The S exception forward is the H exception backwards. But anyway, Jerusalem Day has this gematria of 44, and if you don't know what Zion and Thelema is, Zionism is what created Israel. It's the Zionist nation. Thelema is the occult religion that worships 93. Israel drawn up on September 3rd. Everything about that nation is 93. Last year, their former president died at 93. All the world leaders gathered September 29th, the day leaving 93 days left in the year. His funeral was September 30th, 9/3. It's been Saturn and nothing but Saturn rituals from the beginning. And remember, Saturn, very important to the Masonic symbolism. Saturn 42, like Freemason. Notice Saturn's 93, and they tell us the sun is 93 million miles away. Sun, time, Saturn, Masonry, symbolism, everything built around this code, and the masses not having a clue even though it's right in front of their face. July 4th birthday for the United States of America, 4/7 in most parts of the world. Too much of this, you know. This is what's going on in America. Too much of this. Too much junk food. Too much coffee. Not enough marijuana because they made it illegal. You know why? Because it awakens minds. It heals real problems. Just like psilocybin. The government wants to scare you. They want to keep you away from the good stuff. They want to give you the poison. That's really what they do. Scare kids into staying away from things that could be very, beneficial to their lives, and they want to lead them into temptation with all the junk food and stuff that will really kill them. Stuff that will destroy them. Also, very important to Masonry, it's not just about the sun and Saturn, it's about all the celestial bodies, it's about the moon. If I was more knowledgeable in these areas, I'd be able to take it even further. The name George Washington equals 88, like Trump, there's 88 constellations. We should look at some of the more important constellations. There's probably a lot there. These are things I still haven't done. And just so you know, that might be the piece that's missing from the book. As I become more advanced, there'll be more books, and eventually I'll incorporate that because I know it's a big piece, and maybe somebody out there can help me. But in time, I'll figure it out, Truth Seeker. I can just only do so much at once. I'm doing as much as I can. With regards to May 23rd, also being the 144th day in leap years, this is the day that becomes the 144th day. Again, Budweiser did their big ritual last year with 13, the sun, the 12 constellations, time. Time has Jewish gematria of 144. So does light. Think about time and light and the sun. There's also nadis, part of Hinduism, connected to time. Nadis also 47 like time. 144,000 nadis. 144,000 tribes of Israel. Each day, there's 1,440 minutes, 1440. The square root of 144 is 12, 12 months in the year, 12 hours in the morning, the evening. Think about the numbered spots on a watch. None of this is arbitrary. Our whole calendar was set up by Freemasonry, and that's an important point. Gregorian has gematria of 58, just like calendar. Calendar 58. Just like Freemasonry, 58. Just like Secret Society, 58. Secret Society based in Solomon's Temple. But I'm not spelling it right. Solomon's Temple, there it is. 58. Solomon's Temple is where Masonry gets all of its symbolism from, the checkerboard floor. Look at chessboard, which has the checkerboard pattern. Chessboard, 58. There's 64 spaces on the chessboard. Israel, 64. Zion also 64. Thelema also 64. Synagogue of Satan, 64. What the Zionists are referred to in the Bible, the false Jews. Israel, the nation of the false Jews. In the Bible, the Jews have dark skin. Clearly false. Back to chessboard real quick. I just want you to see that checkerboard has gematria of 93, like 57, like Scottish Rite. Again, 93, Saturn, Sun, black and white, day and night, duality. Saturn's symbolism is often black and white. You see? This is what it's all about. Time. Black and white, day and night, the world of duality we live in. Hot, cold, and a million more things. And if you write checkerboard floor in reverse reduction, it's even 93. Isn't that awesome? It's not hard to see who created our language. Not hard at all. Notice this 159 over here. Check out Scottish Rite. 159. Also, today is May 16th. Is that right? It is. It's May 16th, 16/5. It is the right day to do the ultimate exposure of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. I know this group has never been exposed harder than what's in this video already. Already this video has exposed Scottish Rite Freemasonry more than anything ever. And we're not even done. Today's date is also a fitting date. It's a date with 58 numerology. We'll see what they bring us in the headlines today. 5 plus 16, 21, plus 20 more, 41, plus 17, 58. You know? Oh, truth seekers. So many things I want to tell you. But let's get through the rest of this. We got to talk about the WannaCry that they're blaming on North Korea. The New World Order puppet state. So, it's pointing to May 23rd. Remember, WannaCry virus. WannaCry equals 99. They said it impacted 99 countries. They said it cost $10.69 to stop by the accidental hero, who we decoded in the beginning. You know, Marcus Hutchins. Same as Wanna Decryptor, the official name of the virus. As the stories go, they always evolve, and the gematria, it's always there with it. So anyway, this story, we talked about how it's pointing to May 23rd. Again, 235 coded in, right here, connected to the 177. Remember? So May 23rd has the 99 connection. 99. I just did a video on May 13th showing how the mainstream media had this prediction of World War III beginning and it being North Korea, United States igniting it. If you've never seen my work on the Korean War and George Orwell's death and the book 1984 and how that war began on his birthday, you got to check it out. 1984 is about a nation always at war. The people don't know why they're always at war, but they're always at war overseas. If you leave the off the name and just write United States of America, it sums to 84, like Masonry, like Zionism. Special number to the UK, France, and the United States in a big way. Also, something I'm picking up here, just looking at this, I mean, just look at the connections with 523. It's the 99th prime, May 23rd. It's connected to 339 and 747. You know how Budweiser put on their can America? Watch this. United States of America. 339. Just gets deeper and deeper the more we look, and you know, I don't know everything, Truth Seeker, and there's some people who are 100% convinced that those who really rule over us, what happened is they infiltrated the Jewish people, and they created the synagogue of Satan, and they've been running the show ever since, and they've been using Jewish people to, you know, look at just look at World War II. If you don't know what happened, for 50 years before World War II, in Jewish papers, it was printed that 6 million Jews died in some part of the world. That's because in the Talmud, it says 6 million Jews have to die to reclaim Israel. So for 50 years, this lie was told. It finally stuck with the lies of World War II. Read the book. The first casualty of war is the truth. The Holocaust is a complete lie by the numbers. So, the Jews were used as the victims to create a Jewish state. Is it? And we know that the people who are doing this are the false Jews, right? Some people say that it's truly aliens. You know, people from another place, way more sophisticated, way more advanced, came here and, you know, took over humanity. And honestly, if you just be open-minded and you think about it, look at your average man. Your average man is truly a fucking retard. I mean, could you ever imagine them creating the technology we have? Televisions, computers, all this stuff. Radios, antennas, signals. I mean, the average person is just a fucking retard. They have no skills whatsoever besides what they're showing. And they just believe everything. They have no ability to think for themselves. Look at the average person. If you live in America, you know what I'm saying. This is a nation of morons. You could tell them that 2 giant towers came down with demolition, and you could tell them that it was blamed on planes, but you couldn't find any planes. But at the same time, you could tell them that you found paper passports, box cutter knives, and cloth turbans, as reported in the U.S. media, and you could have the whole nation believe it. You see, this is your average man. Fucking retarded. Easily ruled over. So, sometimes I do wonder. Sometimes I do wonder. Something else I don't tell you guys is every time I start making videos now, I just have to put my phone on mute because every time I start making videos, just non-stop calls from different city every single time. This whole time I've been making videos, it's been going on. I swear to God, they're watching. You know, and this is some annoying-ass bullshit to just stay spamming my phone. Every time I pick up, it's some different automated recording. So anyway, let's do the rest of this. We got to fight back, Truth Seeker. We got to spread the knowledge. We got to wake up these fucking retards. They can get so passionate about these rigged sports game. We got to figure out how to get them so passionate about how they've been lied to and fucked in their ass their whole life by this gang. Whether they are aliens or just really intelligent people. There are very intelligent people in this world. You get enough of them together, perhaps they could achieve all this. But you just look at the mathematics behind all this, it's mind-blowing. To build a language on this? Again, people have been around for a long time, though. I'm just saying have an open mind, Truth Seeker. But again, let's do this one more time, too. WannaCry. WannaCry. Attacks in 99 countries on Friday. With regards to 75, the word order equals 75, so does New World Order. But let's talk about the 99. They called this WannaCry. You know, they emphasized it, letting us know the gematria is there. WannaCry, 99 countries. WannaCry 99, 1399. Look at the overlap between WannaCry and 13 when you write it out. And real quick, just so you can appreciate the gematria encoding deeper, watch the United States of America, 99 and 117. You see? You see? With the H reverse, also 153. That's just like the word corporation. Look at that. The military corporation we are. By the way, Holy Bible, 153. Miraculous catch of 153 fish. Jesus and his 12 disciples, 13. Jesus equals 74, like cross, like Messiah, like gospel, like parables, like Masonic, like Jewish, like occult. When you write out 42, it sums to 74, 42 generations to Jesus. Yeshua in Jewish gematria is 704. Remember, Jesus Christ in reverse reduction, 74. July 4th, birthday for the U.S., English 74, gematria 74. Anyway, with regards to 13, getting back on topic, the Bavarian Illuminati established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution, a date with 99 numerology, and it was established with 13 families on a date with 99 numerology in May, the first day of May. It's not hard to see who the Bavarian Illuminati is, what became Masonry. As we know it, modern Masonry. Freemasonry, modern Masonry predates the Bavarian Illuminati, but we're just saying, the network, it's obvious. So look at this. It was a cyber attack. They said the worst cyber attack ever. And ask yourself, who does these cyber attacks? Who has the capability to really do these cyber attacks when we hear about them in the news? Who has the capability to hack a major bank and tens of millions of accounts? Who really has that ability? You know? The people who control the whole thing. But look at this, cyber attack 188, like WannaCry virus 188, like Bavarian Illuminati 188. And remember, fear sells. And the U.S., our bill denominations, dollar bills, are 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. Add it together. 100 plus 50, 150, plus 20 more, 170, plus 10 more, 180, plus 5 more, 185, plus 2 more, 187, plus 1 more, 188. And who's on the $1 bill? Who's on the $1 bill? George Washington, the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Notice the 147. Notice the Freemason. Notice the conspiracy. You see? At the White House, there's 147 windows. Look at this. President of the United States, 147. 147. How about U.S. President? U.S. President, 147. How about Americas? 147. How about 50 states? 147. And I always forget this one. Is it July 4th? No, it's the 4th of July. 147. And think about what France's independence is. 14/7, July 14th. Remember Bastille Day last year? 84 dead. Exactly 84 days after the Hollywood film Bastille Day released about the CIA getting down and dirty, taking out the terrorists on Bastille Day. Look at CIA. Look at all this 13 up on the screen. CIA. Check out Central Intelligence Agency. What a name. Created by the 33rd president. Central Intelligence Agency, 117, just like 13. Call it a coincidence. You'd be a fool. You remember who was the head of the CIA before becoming the 41st president? Do you remember? It was George Herbert Walker Bush, member of Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones, 41. He was the 41st president. He was also the 43rd vice president. His son, who became president, was the 43rd president. They grew up in New Haven. They're all members of Yale, Skull and Bones. Jeb Bush, the 43rd governor. If you missed my video on Derek Jeter, I talked about the Mason and how his retirement came 43 days before his 43rd birthday, and he's trying to buy the Miami Marlins with Jeb Bush, the Bushes who own the Texas Rangers. That announcement or that retirement also came 322 days after Derek Jeter's 42nd birthday, and 322, the number of Skull and Bones. These things, these rituals, they're huge. They're ongoing all the time. Again, here's that price at 1069, 169, the square root of 13. This is for the WannaCry propaganda story. All tributes to the Bavarian Illuminati who rule over us. Virus has gematria 46. They said this was a ransomware virus. Then they introduced a hero, Hero 46. You know how they said he was 22 years old? 22 is the master builder number in numerology. The Freemasons are builders. Master builder 147 like Freemason. Master builder 57 like Scottish Rite. You see? So here's the hero, the 22-year-old hero. At first he wanted to be anonymous. Word with 137 gematria, the 33rd prime. Anonymous is not here for you. They are the federal government. They're controlled opposition. Anyway, his name when he was anonymous was Malware Tech. Malware Tech 46, like ransomware, like virus, like hero. Like how all of your propaganda is coded every day and you'll always see it if you know gematria. Malware Tech 188, like, where's it at? Cyberattack, WannaCry virus, and Bavarian Illuminati. That fear sells. Go out and buy your virus protection. Here's those dollar bills for those of you who need a visual. Add it up. 188. And then just for them to blame it on North Korea, look, Kim Jong-un, who's 33 years old for the second year in a row, last year the media celebrated him, or that's not how he spells it, it's like that. Last year the media celebrated this man turning 33 years old. His birthday used to be 1983. Now his birthday is 1984 and he turned 33 again. The media emphasized it again this year. He's 33 2 years in a row. This is nothing but a puppet. Read the book 1984, his new birth year. Again, it's about changing facts as time. Nations constantly at war. The Korean War began on George Orwell's birthday, who wrote the book, June 25th. Hello, Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Prince. Anyway, look at this. Kim Jong-un equals 42 and 114. I'm going to write war, 42, and now I'm going to write World War, 114 and 42. You see? The Civil War began on the 102nd day of the year, once upon a time. United States of America also has the gematria of 102. Slavery, 102. Hateful word for black people, nigger equals 102. But focus on 114 for just a second. I'm going to take you back in history. Pearl Harbor got us into World War II, blamed on an Asian nation. Asian sums to 44, like military. Pearl Harbor, World War, both 114. Here's another one. Holocaust, 114. You know who the face of World War II is in Europe, besides Adolf? It's Winston. And Winston's also the main character in 1984. Winston Churchill. This is all history by the numbers. His story. And notice history is 42. Like Freemason, like knowledge, like war, like World War, like sin, like the Crusades. Think about the Crusades. The Catholic Church killing Christians if they didn't participate in their holy wars against Islam. The Vatican, home of the Jesuits, the Masonic order within their church, which have a lot to do with modern Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Also, the day before WannaCry happened, Donald Trump signed an order preparing for a cyber attack on the U.S. power grid. Again, Janet Napolitano, when she resigned from head of Department of Homeland Security, her parting words were, the next 9/11 is not an if, but a when. And the next 9/11 will be the national power grid being taken down by terrorists. Remember, the last time we had a 9/11, we went to war. Are they going to blame the power grid going down on North Korea or another nation? It would likely be North Korea, just like they're blaming WannaCry. But this is what it is. All throughout history, a problem is created by the Illuminati, the enlightened ones, which are a real thing. For all of you young morons who go around going, Illuminati confirmed, because you learned that from the TV or whatever shit programming you're watching, learn to shut the fuck up and listen to the wiser people. You young little punks that go around doing this, you're nothing but little faggots who are getting prepped for a life of getting fucked in your ass. The Illuminati is real. They're fucking you now, young one. So listen up. Yeah, you young ones, you learned you couldn't say that word while running around yelling Illuminati confirmed. It's because they all want you soft like marshmallows and ready for the ass fucking. Wake up, or that's what's coming. More of it. But just think about this. The day before the power grid, the day before WannaCry, executive order to test the power grid for the cyber attack. It's unreal. It's unreal. And notice electric grid is 68. This takes me back to Solomon's Temple. September 11th was a recreation of the destruction of the two temples. Tisha B'Av, the destruction of the two temples. Solomon's Temple. In 1968, 911 made the national emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began. George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. George W. Bush graduated in 68. His birthday is July 6th, 68 days from September 11th. His father was the head of the CIA. I want you to see Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av equals 911 in Jewish gematria. The remembrance of the destruction of the two temples, the destruction of the two towers on 9/11, for the ongoing Zionist, Masonic, banker tyrant, Illuminati agenda. Undeniable. Oh my God, truth seeker. More light bulbs are going off. Oh my God. We just connected something in real time. This video just got even better than it's supposed to be. Did you see my video on the truth seeker? You don't know how happy I am right now. 2 years I've been talking about this number. Now I got it. under the May sun. I love it. I love it. Here's why I'm celebrating. Do you see this? Do you see this 134? May 14th is the 134th day of the year. I've been talking about forever how this number has to do with destruction. Destruction. Used all the time in destruction. Oh my God, Tisha B'Av. The destruction of the two temples. Do you know what just happened in Manhattan? Just, what's today? 2 days ago. The burning of the synagogue. I just did a video on this. That was on the 134th day of the year, which is the anniversary of Israel's Independence Day, which was May 14th, 1948, 69 years ago. Israel. The destruction of the two temples. Tisha B'Av. What's going on in Israel right now? They want to build the third temple on Dome of the Rock. Oh. Oh. Look at this, True Seeker. Star of David. You know, it's got that 119 gematria, like all-seeing eye, the reflection of 911. Notice it's also 1045. Lose the 0, 14/5, May 14th, Israel's Independence Day. Oh, that's also Mark Zuckerberg's birthday, the Zionist Jew who works for the CIA as a front. Facebook was created by this same network, Facebook 58. Mark Zuckerberg's birthday is Israel's Independence Day. The inside of his sweatshirt is the Star of David. In Jewish gematria, one more time, Star of David, 1045. Look it up, Mark Zuckerberg, born May 14th, 1984. Israel established in 48 on May 14th. 223, the 48th prime, the year the Synagogue of Satan nation was established. The Synagogue of Satan, 223. 223, the 48th prime. In the Bible, there's a letter written to Philadelphia about how the Synagogue of Satan will rule in the end times. Philadelphia 223. Notice the gematria of 101 and 61. It's the Church of Philadelphia, 61 and 101. Wow. This video, I love when my videos surprise myself. Finally, True Seeker. I knew I would crack that 134. It's been sitting in front of my face. I just had to see him burn that synagogue on May 14th in Manhattan. You see these motherfuckers? And then they crashed that plane in New Jersey yesterday, which was 119 days before September 11th. New Jersey equals 119. Look at how easily you can verify these things, True Seeker, with this calculator. New Jersey, 119. Even on this date calculator, here, just to appease Derek, I love what Derek built. His date calculator is awesome. I just like the old school one better, but check this out. 5/15 to 9/11. See, just these types of things, Derek. I don't want 2016. It just gets confusing. Look at this. 119 days. Suspicious accident in New Jersey. My friend in New Jersey. Hey, I got a gambler. Here, for you gamblers who want to crack it, look at what I've taught you about sports rigging. What this man does in New Jersey is he bets big on the games where he sees that the code is just a lock. And sometimes he loses, but most days he's betting like 150 on 4 games, and he's winning on all of them. So he's cashing in big almost every single day. This is what he's using the knowledge for, and I'm not hating on him. I've told people not to use the knowledge for this. This isn't what it should be about. But you know what? If you want to pay the bills on their rigging, why not? This guy's making more money than most people just using my methods. And if I wanted to, I can go down to Vegas and do the same thing. He's doing what he learned from me, and he doesn't even know the system as well as me. Anyone can do this. But this man, he's sending me, blessings in the mail every day. He's sending me commissions of his winnings. He's paying my bills right now in a way. But anyway, he lives in New Jersey. He told me that this area where this went down, he said that the public can't get around this area. Industrial area, all closed off to main people. He said it's the perfect spot to do this type of stunt. Saying a plane crash went down. He's privy to it. He lives in New Jersey. He gave me the word on where they did that. But it's all rituals to 9/11. And lo and behold, I just put out videos before Derek Jeter's retirement showing the 9/11 symbolism in it, reminding how he played in the World Series right after 9/11. They just retired Derek Jeter's number 2 as the 22nd Yankee jersey ever retired under the Mason. Show you something about the New York Yankees real quick. And Scottish Rite Freemasonry. How do I get back to the calculator? There we go. New York Yankees. 187. That's that boss number to ancient, accepted, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry as they're known in North America. And where is the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry's headquarters in North America? It's right in Washington, D.C. 187, Washington, D.C. When spelled correctly, 187, just like George Washington. And let's not forget, Donald Trump this year had his GOP convention in Cleveland. Cleveland equals 33, like federal, like masonry, like secrecy. Donald Trump had his GOP convention on July 18th, 18/7, 187 days before Inauguration Day. 187 days. And look at that 74 right there. It's all Masonic. It's all Jewish. Look at this nation's birthday. Holiday 74. What's Independence Day? 74. You see? We're an English-speaking nation, 74. Gematria, 74. The language is built on this. Occult knowledge not meant for the masses, 74. Interesting how occult's 88 in the Bible. See, the Bible was clearly edited by the Masons to scare people. It's all needless fear, just like they do through their daily media. In the Bible, it tells you to be ignorant. Don't know the stars. Don't know the numbers. A book that's all coded in numbers tells you not to know the numbers. It mocks you, just like the Masons do. Liars, deceivers, shysters. Anyway, Jeter, the 22nd jersey retired, number 2. Under the Mason, when you write out 22, it sums to 42. He's currently 42, born in 74, New York City on the 74th meridian. He played shortstop for the Yankees, 42, like NYC, like Freemason, like May. When you write out 5, it sums to 42. He won 42, or excuse me, the Yankees haven't quite won that many. He won 5 World Series. World Series has the gematria of 147, like Freemason. Last year in spring training, I said why the Cubs would win the World Series by the numbers. After their 94th win, I said why they'd win Game 7 of the World Series, how Miguel Montero would be connected to it, and I assured it, and all that came true. After the 94th win, which was 47 days before Game 7, where number 47 knocked in the winning run for the 94th win, I said, there's your clue. That's how sports are scripted. The Cubs will definitely win the 112th World Series on November 2nd. It's all mathematics. It's all mathematics, truth seeker. Mathematics, 112. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Just like circle. And it's all about the mathematics of the circle in this world we live in, of cycles. For one more, Derek Jeter wore number 2. Think about those 2 towers. Solomon's Temple, 58. Herod's Temple, 58. Tisha B'Av is to remember Solomon's Temple, 58, and Herod's Temple. And remember the jackass who was president, George W. Bush, from the Masonic Order Skull and Bones, 58. You see? Anyway, Derek Jeter, number 2, 58. Jeter, 58. Secret Society, 58. Freemasonry, 58. Mason retirement. Derek Jeter's full name, Derek Sanderson Jeter, 84, like United States of America, like Masonry, like Zionism. Baseball, created by Abner Doubleday, 33rd degree Freemason. American football, created by Camp. Camp equals 33, 33rd degree Freemason. Naismith, 33rd degree Freemason, created American basketball. That's why all these leagues are scripted by the numbers. They played 2 games on Derek Jeter's retirement day for number 2 against the Astros. The Astros passed on Derek Jeter. They drafted Phil Nevin number 1. Jeter was the 6th pick that year. Saturn, the 6th planet from the sun. Most important to Masonry out of the planets. Doubleheader equals 224. The divisors of 84 sum to 224. Little doubleheader for Derek Sanderson Jeter's retirement. They scored 34 runs, 139, the 34th prime. Freemasonry also has gematria of 139, like America, like Jewish state, like Westworld. So anyway, there's still more. The book's coming. The rest is there. And now there's something else I can even connect. I'm so excited about the 134 find. It's definitely going in. I left out all the 134 information because I didn't quite connect it. But now we see how it all just comes back together. It's all Tisha B'Av. It's all Jewish history. It's all Masonry. Again, Tisha B'Av, the destruction of Solomon's temple. Solomon's temple is where everything about Masonry comes from. Oh goodness, these people are so busted. And on the most fitting date it could ever happen. May 16th, 2017. As I've said before, Truth Seeker, you know, there is a God in this world. For all of you who think I'm evil, I don't know how you could possibly think that, honestly. I'm giving you nothing but knowledge. Sure, you can, say I have a potty mouth. You can say you don't agree with me on everything, but you should see, I'm giving you the knowledge to get ahead in this world. What's evil about that? I'm outing the most evil people there ever were. And people want to say I'm part of it? Nah, Truth Seeker. But like I've said, my whole life, I've seen that this world is messed up. I've wanted to help people out. Family, friends, all the other people I see suffering. And that's what this is an accumulation of. Working towards good, trying to undo the wrong I see. I've seen through the lies from a young age. I realized grown men couldn't see through the lies I saw through as a child. And it's still the same. And for doing that, I really do think the God, the positive spiritual force of this world is helping me out. And I think that's why, just made that extra connection today. So we'll sign off right there, Truth Seeker. Until next time.